Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, September the 7th, 2023. My name is Michail Boncea. I am an independent blogger that covers news and live events, broadcasting from Greater Vancouver area, British Columbia. And a bit about me. I was an international sports photographer / reporter for a few years. I covered the National Hockey League, NHL, and Vancouver Canucks. I covered the Western Hockey League, WHL, and Vancouver Giants. Canada versus Russia series in hockey, Memorial Cup, Mann Cup. I was also the official photographer for Delta Islanders Junior A Lacross team, and the Canadian Army. I did a few events for them as a photographer. Now, after about 6.5 years, I decided to come back blogging. I am looking for unique events, unique news, so I can post them on my blogging, which I do Monday to Friday. The full videos will be on Rumble, YouTube, and Vancouver Community. The 10-minute shorter videos, because that's the time I'm allowed, still there. It will be on X, former Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Tumblr. If you have an event, please let me know about it. You could have a parade, a music show, a fashion show, a sporting event, chess tournament, tennis tournament, whatever. Let me know and I'll cover it in one of my upcoming podcasts. Also, if you are active as a company in British Columbia, please do the same and I'll cover it. If you happen to have a product that you want to be tested, contact me, send me a demo, I'll test it, and then we can talk about it. You can find me at all platforms under Michail Boncea, MichailBoncea. I am always looking for feedback, good or bad, so I can improve the podcast suggestions of what else I might or should cover or talk less about it. Now let's talk about news. Liberals could ask Bank of Canada to stop hiking interest rates, according to the NDP. They mentioned British Columbia Premier David Eby wrote last week to Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Maclean to ask not to hike the rates again because the Canadians are struggling to pay for food and rent. Scotch Creek, Lee Creek Fire Hall is sad to report that has been burned to the ground, along with about 200 other structures. It was destroyed during the Bush Creek East wildfire in the Swapsop region of British Columbia. A Vancouver man from Vancouver Island was visiting his brother-in-law. He parked the car inside the driveway, but outside his 1999 Ford F-350 at 2:40 in the morning, somebody stole his car. He was caught on video. Newsminster is planning to experiment with new parking rules. That is located in 4 areas where there's a lot of small businesses, including downtown Uptown, Sapperton, and 12th Street. The parking will start being free at 7 p.m. instead of 8 currently. First hour will be free no matter where you park, even if there is paid parking area. They will also have statutory provincial holidays and Sundays. All parking will be free to support local businesses. This is in the plan. There's going to be a vote on it. It hasn't passed yet, but it looks like they're going to pass it. And I fully support this idea. Monzo Burgers opened late last week, I believe. It is called the new Vancouver ultra stylish new fast food spot. It is owned by Kitchen Table Restaurants, a brand that operates many popular dining destinations, including Ask for Luigi, Carlino, Di Beppe, Baccaro, and Pizzeria Farina. The location will be 1401 Granville Street on the ground floor of Vancouver House. The new fast food and bar concept was inspired by Paninari youth movement that started in Milan and took over Italy by storm in the 1980s. A TikTok influencer with over 450,000 followers who went to the US to show how much more we pay in Canada and people pay in the US. She bought the same groceries in Canada and in the US. In the US, it cost her $110 Canadian. In Canada, it cost her $180. That's an incredible, huge gap, $70 gap we're talking about. If true, the rumor is that the Grand Theft New Auto game will cost $150 American. It's insane. People are complaining already that the games cost on average $70 to $90 American, but they're justifying it by saying that they spent on about $2 billion to make the game. Bus tours for the locals that suffered wildfires have started going with supervision inside West Kelowna, British Columbia, to see what is left. 181 homes and structures were partially or totally destroyed, according to the regional district. Pilot Stephen Furr, who is the former MP for Kelowna Lake County, lost his home. RCMP is investigating ex-RCAF pilots, Royal Canadian Air Force, for reportedly going to China to train the Chinese pilots to fly the latest planes that they have in their possession. The pay is pretty good. Apparently they're getting paid about $350,000. About 30 former British military pilots are also believed to have gone to train members of Chinese People's Liberation Army to fly planes. Belmont Secondary School in Victoria, British Columbia, will be the very first school to ban cell phone use during class time. You can bring your cell phone, you can use it when you're not in class, but before class starts, you have to put your phone on vibration or on silent and put it in the bag where the teacher is. Christine Sinclair, in my opinion, a legend, will be having on September the 9th opening her center in Barnaby, named after her. The location will be 3713 Kensington Avenue with lots of food trucks, face painting, music, and family activities between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Guilty plea by a 65-year-old woman to theft and fraud for allegedly stealing $260,000 from funds of the Coquitlam Little League. It has devastated the Coquitlam Little League. I don't know what kind of a person would do such a horrible thing. There will be, heads up, there will be less than one operation room for almost 2 months between September the 5th and October 27th. It will affect up to 312 general surgeries. The hospital is the Royal Jubilee Hospital in Victoria, British Columbia, and the reason they don't have enough staff. BC United leader Kevin Falcon will be joined by fellow MLAs Greg Kilo, Todd Stone, Peter Mollard-Barr, and Lorte Gilkison on Saturday at the Westwood Community Hall starting at 9 in the morning. Farmers complain they are threatened with tickets and 500 plus fines. They are saying that they can't even access their own private wells that they have on their properties, never mind river water. So they're having problems keeping their crops. Catch an outdoor. On the good news, if you want to see an outdoor movie, take your kids. It will be an outdoor movie. The movie is Super Mario Brothers. It will be this Friday, September the 8th, at Westminster Park, Westminster, British Columbia Park. You can even take photos with Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. Time-wise, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Bahar Bakery and Cafe has opened at 579 Robson Street. It makes Middle Eastern style treats, including baklava, cheesecakes, croissants, etc. Burnout Cafe. I didn't even know we had a biker cafe location anymore. But apparently this location was a biker's cafe shop where they met. It was on 2032 East Hastings Street, a former Canadian Tire location. It opened in 2022 August. It has announced its closing. It was the last remaining biker cafe in Greater Vancouver. Heads up, starting tomorrow, Stage 4 water restrictions are coming to Lower Sunshine Coast. Commercial farms are exempt. Stage 4 plans are to be between September 8th to September 22nd, 2023. Vancouver only unionized Starbucks is set to close at the end of this month, September. All workers, Starbucks has said, were offered positions at other Starbucks locations nearby. The location that is closing, it is on Dunbar Street. Health agency is probing the Air Canada vomit incident. I talked about it a couple of days ago. Air Canada in an email stated they clearly did not receive the standard of care to which they were entitled. Our operating procedures were not followed correctly in this instance. Oh, I see a lawsuit coming, and a big one. If you can still evacuate from the Caribbean islands, please do. If you can't, shelter down as much as you can. A monster of a hurricane is coming towards the Caribbean. Originally, was thought that it will not make a landing. Now, trajectory says it will possibly make landing. It is by then a Category 5. Yes, you heard me right, Category 5 hurricane. It will cause massive destruction. There's no doubt about it, whatever is going to land. Vancouver considers a series of fee hikes because they want to raise money for projects on everything, from parking to business licenses. Homeowners were hit with 11% increase tax hike. Business taxes to get a license, 50% increase. And short-term rentals will go up from $110 to $450. They estimate it could bring in $15.2 million. PIF is going to be going and is going into a massive buying spree. PIF is Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. It has $2.7 trillion in cash to be invested. It has already invested heavily in projects and companies and other countries. And this includes in everything from technology to finance to sports in countries spanning from Australia to Canada. BYD Seagull is coming to Europe, and it's a very cheap car. It's made in China. It's the fastest growing car company in the world, and it's going for the market of the Romanian car maker Dacia. We'll see what will happen a few years from now. Who's the winner? Who's gonna be pushed out from that marketplace area? Metro Vancouver lost the equivalent of 6 Stanley Parks worth of natural habitat. You heard me right. 6 Stanley Park worth of natural habitat from 2014 to 2020. It was lost to logging, agriculture, and residential development. Toronto-based noodle house, Kinton Ramen, slowly across Greater Vancouver is spreading. The brand already operates locations at UBC in North Vancouver, and currently is about to open a new location in Vancouver. Location is 420 Robson Street. I love Lake Louise, Alberta, Canada. It's where I learned to ski. It's a soft spot for me. I always talk only good things about it. And with great news, the first snowstorm has arrived at Lake Louise. Now, don't get me wrong, Banff is a beautiful place as well, but it is much larger and way more touristic, kind of like mini Whistler. Lake Louise is more like Pemberton kind of idea. Not exactly, but just as a comparison. Brown Social House is to open a new location in Tofino. It will be located inside the Wiz Resort at Pacific Rim Highway. This is going to be the first time that a chain has opened in Tofino. Brown Social House operates dozens of locations throughout British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. This kind of comes as a surprise. Toyota Century has been one of the most famous popular luxury sedans in Japan. They didn't really live, like they didn't make cars for the outside market, but now they are stating that they're going to go after Rolls-Royce Cullivan. Its new Toyota Century has only 4 seats, sports interior lavish, and some even have trick sliding doors. So Rolls-Royce Toyota, here it comes for your market. In 2022 and so far 2023, the most stolen cars in Canada were not Kia or Hyundai, as most of us keep thinking that that's the case. In fact, the number one stolen car was Dodge Charger, followed by Dodge Hemi, then Infiniti Q50, Land Rover, and the fifth most stolen car, Range Rover. The first of the 9 330 Husky aircraft taken by the Royal Canadian Air Force, RCAF, is based on Airbus A330. It landed in International Airport on Ottawa, CYON. On August 31st, it will replace the RCF's aging fleet of CC-150. The last news of the day: Prost, the German Oktoberfest festival that last was done in 2018 in Port Moody, is back again this year, and it's gonna be located at Site B, Community Space, 3012 Murray Street. All 6 local breweries on Port Moody will take place, along with music and food. It will be on October the 14th, 2023. Traditional German food, including brats, sauerkraut, pretzels, schnitzel, along with less known German food, will be available. If you like the content I post, please click subscribe or click like button. Reason is the more people click on those, the higher the rank I'll have, and more people will be able to see news like today, which I'm sure if I wasn't covering it, you would have never even heard of it. Some news obviously are covered by other independent podcasters like me, but again, please click subscribe and like, cost nothing. And if you have any suggestions, send them to me in private or write it down underneath. Take care everyone, and see you tomorrow.